Welcome back on the channel, my friends. So you want to hold your crypto privately and you want to spend it anonymously. That means without having to deposit to your bank account through a KYC exchange. The go-to option for most people are no KYC cards. They promise exactly that. Virtual or physical prepaid cards, and nowadays there's even reloadable no KYC cards funded by crypto that require no government ID. The catch is they are high-risk tools designed for specific use cases, not daily banking, because these do operate in regulatory gray areas. Now in this video, I'm going to go over how they actually work, the flow, the no KYC mechanism, the pros and cons, the biggest risks, and we'll wrap it up with the best practices. This is going to be like your Bible for using no KYC cards. And remember guys, if you have any question, just drop a comment, I'll get back to you. So let's start with how they actually work. This is the flow. The first step is just deposit. You have to issue your card and then send crypto to the card provider's wallet. We then enter the conversion phase, where the provider instantly converts to fiat currency. Usually these cards are nominated in dollars, but there's even some in euro nowadays. But whenever they do this conversion, they will pay a spread/fee. You will see that these type of cards will usually have a much higher fee system than compared with KYC cards. Then the next step is issuance. Virtual card details are then issued and generated instantly. These details do include the card number, CVV number, and expiry date. You are then ready to spend. You can use it then at any merchant which accepts Visa or MasterCard, be it online or in store. Now this is how the no KYC mechanism works. Providers rely on de-risking rather than full compliance. There's a crucial distinction. We need to clarify in between true no KYC, which just asks you for an email or your name even, but you can just insert whatever aliases you want. You can use email aliases and even name aliases for those cards. And there will be light KYC cards, where they ask you for name and phone number. Now, of course, if you're trying to use a no KYC card, it doesn't really make sense that you are then binding this light KYC to your real phone number and real name. Again, use aliases, and you can use eSIM phone numbers which are widely available today. As long as you're not scanning your government ID, you should be good. Now, important to note that while the provider doesn't know you, Visa and MasterCard still see the transaction's metadata. So whenever you're paying with a card, they see what was spent to buy what and where, so they know the merchant. All of that is integrated in the transaction's metadata. Now let's move on to the pros and cons of using this card. They're pretty obvious. Pros, you'll have privacy, no direct link between spending and legal identity. Accessibility is also one of the pros. This works for unbanked users or those in restrictive regimes. Speed is also a pro because these cards grant you instant issuance, no waiting periods for approval. You issue a card, you load it, you start using it. And this can take just a matter of minutes. Then there is also the data protection pro. Less personal data stored means less target for data breaches. That is a whole different can of worms for a different video, but your personal data should be available only for you. So this is a big thing, but we're not going to delve deep into it in this video. Now let's talk about the cons, the reality. These cards come with regulatory instability. Services get shut down, blocked, or forced to add KYC overnight. I've seen this happen plenty of times in the past. There is therefore zero consumer protection. If funds freeze or the company runs an exit scam, you lose everything. There is no insurance of any sort. Another of the cons of these cards is definitely the higher costs. They have really aggressive loading fees, conversion spreads, and in some cases they even charge you some monthly maintenance fees. And generally speaking, most of these cards have limited limits, which can be an issue if you're trying to buy a house or a car or something like that. Regardless, there will be some cards with really high to even no spending limits. You just have to dig a little deeper and you'll find them. The problem is they might not last long. Now let's talk about the biggest risks. Exit scam risk. Many providers can vanish with user funds. It happens frequently in this sector. Then there is the freeze risk. Even legitimate providers may freeze accounts if they detect suspicious activity which can include normal privacy behaviors, nothing sketchy going on, but they will have AML, anti-money laundering protection services into place, and those services might not like you having some privacy-oriented behaviors. Then there is the metadata risk. Transaction patterns are visible to card network. High-volume spending can eventually lead to de-anonymization via chain analysis or subpoenas. This can be an issue unless you have your privacy game dialed in, and there's no way to link your wallet addresses that fund the card to your real government ID. Now let's talk about the best practices, how to use these cards with peace of mind. For that, I came up with 5 different rules. Number 1, the burner mentality. Only fund what you plan to spend immediately. Never use it as a savings account. Fund the card to spend within 12 hours optimally, or up to 24 or 48 hours since the moment that you load. But the sooner you spend, the better. Remember, never use it as a savings account or a regular bank card. Forget about that. This is a different type of card. So we gotta set different rules to use it. Rule number 2, the afford to lose rule. Only load the amounts you are financially okay losing entirely. So it goes without saying, probably this is not the type of cards you want to use to buy a car or a house or a property. Because remember, these cards come with high fees, but also there's always going to be the lingering risk of the card getting shut down. Now rule number 3, diversify. Do not put all your eggs in one basket, so to say. Use multiple small providers if possible. Use multiple cards, or at least have multiple ready to use on the go. So if one doesn't work for whatever reason, you can switch up and use the other one. Other than that, you can choose other ways to spend with your crypto privately, and that is one of the most overlooked ways to spend crypto anonymously, in my opinion. Gift cards. Nowadays, big retail stores offer this type of gift cards, and you can actually buy for Amazon, for Walmart, even big brand stores from your native country most likely will have this type of gift cards. They are very crypto friendly, so you can buy these cards with Bitcoin, with Ethereum, even with less known cryptocurrencies in most cases. So in my opinion, this is probably the most overlooked way to spend your crypto anonymously. Take a look into those options. Rule number 4, vetting. Check recent community feedback. Usually all of these cards will have a Telegram account. And if people are unhappy, they will let everyone know in the group. So do check the channel regularly for freeze reports before depositing. Also avoid providers with vague terms of service. So do take some time to go through and try to avoid providers that have vague ones. And the last rule, I call it hybrid strategy. You can use regulated cards for daily life, and then you can use these no KYC cards for specific privacy sensitive transactions only. If you follow all these rules, you should be good. Remember, no KYC cards are a powerful tool for spending your crypto privately, but they come with extreme volatility and risk. Treat them as disposable financial instruments, not long-term infrastructure. If you need stability, stick to regulated options. If you need privacy, understand the risks and manage them actively. And that's about it, guys. I hope you took value from the video and you did learn a thing or two in this one. Drop a comment if you have any questions. Thanks for watching. I'm going to wrap this one up. Keep exploring crypto, do it privately, and I'll see you in the next one.